Hey, happy Monday. Thanks so much for joining us here on 90s Plus. I'm 90s meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and if you like the weather that we've had over the last, week to 10 days or so, you're probably going to like this forecast. Temperatures mostly in the 70s and 80s for the next week to 10 days, and not a drop of rain, not a snowflake in sight basically anywhere here across the state, and especially for us here along the Front Range. We do get a weak front that drops on through on Wednesday that will lead to exceptionally warm conditions for tomorrow. We're going to be into the 80s for tomorrow here in Denver. I know, middle to now getting towards the end part of October. We're going to be talking about those temperatures in the low 80s for tomorrow, near a record. But then we cool back down a little bit for Wednesday. Overall, pretty kind of tranquil weather for us. Meantime, you head up to the mountains. This is thanks to that snow that we got back on Thursday night into Friday morning. We did pick up at Loveland Ski Area about a foot of snow from that snowstorm last week. That was a pretty good start to the snow season for our friends in the high country. You can still see those snow-capped peaks off in the distance. I imagine Mother Nature and that sun is going to do a number on that snow over the next couple of days. I don't think that too much of that will be around this time next week. But Fort Collins, we're about peak color here along the Front Range. Those fall leaves really just starting to shine out here again in the metro area. And down here into the Denver area, this is the view from Cheeseman Park. Still some, probably I would say about kind of half of those leaves are changing, and I'd say about half of them still holding on to that summer green. But again, those fall leaves are really starting to change pretty quickly for us here along the Front Range. And we're around peak, maybe near peak conditions for us. Maybe the next week we'll be talking about those peak conditions in terms of those fall colors out here around the metro area. Just on my anecdotal drive in and being around the metro area, it does look like, again, we're probably not quite at peak, but we're just a few days away from it. Sunsplash, 70s for today, warmer for tomorrow, and then a brief cool down for Wednesday. By the way, warm days, cool nights, that's what we look for to help out the kind of getting that extra bit of fall color from those leaves, and that is exactly what we've got in store for the next few days. HE Doppler radar is quiet, and it's all thanks to big ridge of high pressure. That is our dominating feature. That's why that ridge of high pressure steering any sort of weather that would move its way into Colorado. It's off to our north and west and off to our east, and here we're kind of smack dab in the middle of this big ridge of high pressure. Lots of sunshine. We will get a front, and that's what you're looking at here. That's that cold front, a weak, dry cold front that drops on in from the north and west tomorrow night. That will drop those temperatures a little bit for Wednesday and also bring a bit of a burst of wind for us, mainly into the foothills and the mountains, but maybe a little bit for us here along the plains as well. The real story, though, over the next few days is those temperatures. 66 right now here in Denver, 40s and 50s into the high country. Our average high for today is 66. We're going to be running well above that with a high in the low to mid 70s for us. It's pleasant, it is mild, lots of sunshine, beautiful day to get outside. I can tell you firsthand, as a runner, this is my favorite time of year. These kind of nice, mild days, cool overnights, temperatures in the 40s and 50s. I'm out the door. Boy, this is just kind of great running weather, great outdoors weather. Should be delightful outside for any sort of outdoor activities that you got in store for it today. Maybe a bit cool during the overnight hours, but nothing too wild about that. Highs today, again, 70s, Eastern Plains. Again, that's close about 10 degrees above our seasonal average. 50s, 60s in the high country. That will melt off some of that snow that we picked up last week. Tonight, temperatures drop back in the mid-40s, seasonally cool for us, and mostly clear skies. For tonight, again, a lot of 40s on the plains and some 30s or 40s into the high country for the most part. Tomorrow, we will see a bit more of a added bit of wind into the foothills and into the mountains, and that'll also help to spike up those temperatures into the low 80s. For tomorrow, low 80s for us here in Denver. Average, by the way, a record high for tomorrow is 86. That was set way back in 1926. We may make a run at that, and we don't need to go too far over our current forecast to get up into the mid 80s, and it's realistic that we get there. And this is these are our forecast highs for tomorrow. This would be our average high for our average high in late August is in the low 80s, so this is going to be a kind of a late August kind of day for tomorrow with those highs. Again, back in the low 80s, mountains 60s, 70s. For the most part, a few spots in those higher elevations in the 50s. For tomorrow, we will see those winds tick up, notably mainly into the foothills and as you get north. So Cheyenne Ridge, the foothills, and the high country. That's where you'll be seeing those winds. Nothing too wild, but in a few spots, in those extra windy spots, maybe 40 to 50 mile an hour winds for tomorrow in those exceptionally windy foothills. So again, Netherland, Allens Park, west side of Boulder, that's where we could be talking about those gusts up into the 40 to maybe 50 mile an hour range for tomorrow afternoon. Denver, maybe 20, 25 mile an hour gusts. Nothing too wild here, but that will lead to slightly higher fire weather concerns for tomorrow. We're not talking about anything too exceptionally bad, but tomorrow, certainly a good idea to avoid anything with a spark outdoors. Outdoor burning, anything like that, not a good idea for tomorrow. Once we get to Wednesday and Thursday, it looks a bit calmer in terms of the winds and any sort of fire danger. Again, not an exceptionally high fire danger day for tomorrow, but we have been dry of late. We've only picked up 1/100th of an inch of rain so far this month. We've been on the warm side of average as well. And going back, by the way, to the start of September, we've picked up less than an inch of rain. So again, we've been dry. It is warm and a bit windy for tomorrow. So again, just a good idea, common sense. Don't do anything. Wouldn't use anything with a spark outdoors for tomorrow. Otherwise, folks, this is through Thursday morning. Not a drop of rain or snow basically anywhere here across the state over the next 3 days or so. We do get that front that drops on through tomorrow night and into your Wednesday morning. That will lead to some of that wind and some cooler conditions for Wednesday and Thursday. Otherwise here, folks, those temperatures spike right back up again. So Wednesday, we cool down to the low 70s, and then we're right back near 80 degrees for Thursday and Friday. And those temperatures stay in the mid-70s for the weekend. Early next week, may see a chance for some of those showers and storms. But one thing we certainly don't have in the forecast anytime soon, it's snow. And our average first measurable snowfall date is October the 18th. And we got nothing, nada, zip, zilch, nothing in terms of that snowfall potential here anytime soon for us here along the Front Range. Those things can sneak up on us pretty quickly, but nothing really in store anytime soon in terms of any snow chances. Top line takeaways. Today, very nice, pleasant, light winds. Tomorrow, those winds pick up. Elevated fire concerns, so good idea to not have anything with a spark outdoors outside for tomorrow. By Wednesday, we briefly cool back down, back near 80 for the end of the week, and for the weekend ahead, looking beautiful. Highs in the 70s both days with lots of sunshine. Next chance for any sort of chance for rain would be early next week, and even that does not look all that impressive. So a dry, warm forecast for the middle to end part of October. And again, just keep an eye on that elevated fire danger for tomorrow. I'll have another update for you coming up at 9 News at noon and at 2 p.m. here on 9 News Plus. Then we've got Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin in at 4 and 5 and Meteorologist Danielle Grant in at 6, 9, and 10 tonight on the 9 News Family of Networks. Once again, I'm 9 News Meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus. Have a great rest of your Monday.